Hey there everybody, my name is Heretoga and welcome back to our Chisel series about making this game called Tile Wars. I say short series, but you never know. Hopefully it won't be a long series, but we'll see. So at the moment I've been doing these redwood trees. They look a bit like the pine trees, except for that they're a little bit taller. And I can't do anything about the logs because even if I use the redwood log block as a texture, it's still going to look like this, right? You'll only see the redwood log texture on the outside, but anything in the middle, it uses the debarked version of the log, so maybe I can change the colour of the trunks to make them look more like redwood trees. So we'll test that out in a moment. I've only got one more redwood tree tile to make, and that's the corner of trees here. So for all of you that are new, this is a game I'm creating called Tile Wars. And basically it's a little bit like Tetris, it's a little bit not, it's a little bit like a puzzle as well, where players taking turns placing down tiles, and every player gets a chisel so you can rotate the pieces once you've placed them. And at the moment we're working on the grass biome deck, and we've been doing the paths, the trees, the rivers, the hills, the lakes and the forests, and we even did in the last episode, check the last episode, we even experimented with making floating islands as well, and we went out over there to the west where there's some floating islands just to see how nature does it in Vintage Story. So like I said, this is the last redwood tree tile to do, and then it's on to the Bald Cypress trees, and I have an idea about those, which we'll do in a moment. So let's get this tile here finished. So let's change the colour of the leaves to this colour here, Deep Quadruple 800. Funny name, well there you go. Now before I experiment with changing the colour of the trunks, let's just replicate this tile here. Also, new guys, we're in creative mode doing this. This is something you can do in survival mode, so don't think you can't do it, because you can. But I'm using the Chiseltools mod by QPTech, and we have access to these colour palettes in this mod as well. Everything you see here, you can do it in survival mode. Right, let's see if there's a decent redwood tree trunk colour here. Now this is the basic colour palette, the standard palette, and you get access to all these creative mode block textures here. And I'm thinking maybe we could use this texture here for the redwood logs. Oh yes, oh mwah, chef's kiss. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm gonna go with that, guys. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna change them all now. Oh, that looks so good, because we don't want the debarked colour here, do we? We've used, for the pine trees, we used the debark log, and that looks like the pine tree logs there. And for the oak and the maple, we've also used the debark log textures for those trees, and they look okay. So we'll see how we get on with the Bald Cypress trees, man. I think we'll be fine though. But yeah, I'm happy with this, so let's do the master tile there, and we'll get rid of that one. Now we've got to sort out this land. I need to add forest flooring around these tree bases. Right. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go. Just a ring of forest fern around the edges, and then you can just fill in some of these gaps here. Like so. Okay. Wait, what? There we go. We can even go right to the edge in some of these places. In fact, let's do that to this corner, because it is a corner tile after all. So let's go right up to the corner. We can even add more land around this tree and go up to the edge a little bit, like so. Right? There we go. Now we could probably use some hills, so let's get light fertility soil. We're just going to make a little hill here. We're just going to higgledy-piggledy chisel around, make a rough blob shape, right? And then we're just going to tidy it up a bit. We're just going to fill in all the gaps and make it look as natural as possible, how the game would generate the terrain, right? So let's sort out this bit. Go up to the corner there as well. We'll add another little layer on the top, like so. Yeah. And then over there we'll just have like, I don't know, it chiseled out a little bit. We could even add some water into this. Right, so let's get muddy gravel for the bottom, like so. I'm also using the zoom mod doing this project because I love to use the zoom mod when I'm doing chiseling. Anyone that knows me knows that I love chiseling. And I must say, using this zoom mod really does help a ton. So you should go and get that mod. It's just called the zoom mod. The link is in the description, actually. Well, not the link to the mod, but the name of the mod and who made it is in the description of the video, like all the mods I use. But yeah, there we go. We've got the corner tile. So if we can get rid of those, right? We'll pick this up. We'll plop it down just there, like so. So now we've got a row of redwood trees, and all the rivers and the trees match the same patterns as the path tiles, so you can join them on together. Okay, so let's get rid of that now. Alright, well, Bald Cypress. So let me go into Anakin Castle here. Where's my little chest? And we're going to get the debarked Bald Cypress log here. I'm going to take this over, pick up the master grass tile, which is this one here. That one's different. That's for the floating islands because it's got the bauxite, the granite, the doodads in there, right? But this one is for the land. So it's got all the soil blocks, even terra preta, meteorite, the water. So we're going to use this. So let's put the debarked Bald Cypress texture in there. Yeah. I'm going to put this back because I like a tidy work practice, right? I don't like getting lumbered with things I'm not going to use while I'm working. Okay, so what I'm thinking with the Bald Cypress tree tiles is usually you find Bald Cypress trees near watery areas, and sometimes you find them actually in the water itself. So these are our ocean pieces here. This tile here and all the pieces that go around it that connect this water tile to the land tile are all there. But the inside corner, the outside corner, the sides, and the side piece that you can join rivers onto, right? Pretty clever stuff. So what I'm thinking is maybe I should have added the Bald Cypress texture into this. Let me just do that. Okay, so I don't think we're going to need this tile. Yeah, because we're working with these ones now for the Bald Cypress trees. So let's put this here. I will instead add the Bald Cypress texture there. I also need a texture for the leaves of the trees. So let's grab the peridotite rock block and we'll add that into here as well. So okay, so now let's look at the shapes. We don't have to do the Tetris shapes with these Bald Cypress trees because it's not like on land, right? So yeah, that's an ocean piece. Well, I guess we'll just have to start, won't we? So let's just... And they're quite tall trees, aren't they? You know, they can be as tall as pine trees, right? And I think these are 8 voxels tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 voxels tall. So what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, and then 8 for the top of the tree. Now maybe I'm thinking, let's go and take a look at some Bald Cypress trees, because I'm not used to being around those trees. Alright. But there's a bunch of them down here. Right, so we're gonna fly down here, like Flight of the Navigator. We're gonna go a bit quicker. Okay, here we go, lot. Here we go. Right. So yeah, the leaf coverage on these trees is pretty ugly. It seems, I don't know, man. It just seems a bit weird. Like, Bald Cypress trees are just weird trees. In this game, anyway. I don't know what they look like in real life, but they're kind of trying to be like redwoods a bit, and pine trees at the same time. So, yeah. Well, by the looks of these, they look a bit patchy, don't they? I mean, look at this one. Would you call this a tree? So we're going to have to kind of use our imagination here a little bit, right? So, but like I said, they are quite tall, and they're in the water on the edges of the land. So, I think we'll do them a bit like pine trees, right? We'll just do them like that. I mean, look at how tall this pine tree is. Man, that is the tallest pine tree I've ever seen. Oh, there's a bit of resin here. Have I marked that? I did mark this. Yeah, so I use this world in my survival series as well, by the way, guys. I like to keep building on the same world. Okay, so let's slow down our movement there, back to movement speed 1. So yeah, we're going to do them a bit like pine trees. Yeah, this is gonna... We're in this together. We're all in this together, so I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna wing it. Right? We're gonna make them ugly. Like the game makes them ugly, so there. There we go. There's a Bald Cypress tree. Now, we need to find a leaf colour. Okay, I'm running out of leaf colours here, guys. Have we even used this one? Ooh, that's a bit rich. But it does stand out, though, from the rest of the trees. See, these are like the Mediterranean cypress tree colours. You know, like evergreen trees. That's what this colour reminds me of. I don't think it's a very good colour for these trees. What if we use a basic colour? We could use a basic colour, but it looks too pastel-y. There's no texture to the colour. I'm going to have to use this colour, but it looks too dull. Oh, somebody help me! Oh man, I can't use this because I used that colour for the redwoods. But saying that though, it does look better. Yeah, it does look better than this one. I don't know, that colour kind of matches the water. Let me have a think. Alright guys, many brain cells later, and I think I figured it out. I'm just going to use the same texture I used for the grass, right? And that texture is this block here, Creative Grass. So if I press E, it's this block right here, Creative Grass. You can only get it from the creative menu. You can't make that block, which is a shame. So, but I think that leaf colour for these trees looks better than this. It looks better than this. And it looks better than this. And it looks better than all these pastel-y green colours, you know what I mean? I think this looks more realistic. So I'm going to punch away that. Block that on there. I'm just going to go with this. Yeah, I think this looks great. Now this has got an extra texture in there, so I might just do this again. So now that we figured it out though, let's get rid of that ocean tile and we'll use one of these first. So let's get an ocean edge piece, right? And do this because we're just going to make variations of these ocean edge pieces here. That's what we're going to do. So once these are done, I've only got like a bunch more of these floating island ones to do, and then this grass biome deck's pretty much done. Pretty much. So let's put the debarked Bald Cypress log in there. We already have the creative grass in there, so let's get adding some trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could have 2 right next to each other. And then we could have 1 in the water over here. Like so. Right, and now if we add the grass block on the tops. Right, like this. Go around the other side. I mean, it's the best I can do with this, I think. I've got to be all higgledy-piggledy like this with the leaf block orientation here. I'm using big words, I'm smart. So we'll just try and mimic how the Vintage Story game makes these trees. I mean, it's the best we can do, right? So I think that's as close as we're gonna get it. I mean, I think it looks okay, but like I keep saying, that's why I think. You tell me what you guys think. Is there a better colour I can use for these leaves? Because I don't think you can use leaf blocks. Yeah, I don't think you can use these textures, so I mean, we can try. What's this? Kapok branchy leaves. I bet it doesn't let us put it in. Yeah, see, it won't let us put it in. And that's a shame. But I get it though. So, but I think it's okay to do that, right? I think it's okay. So we'll get like some more of these done, and then we'll see what we have left to do after this. Alrighty folks, okay, I think this is okay for the Bald Cypress trees for now. We've got a second variation of these ocean pieces. I think this will be okay for now. Yeah, I think this deck is pretty much done, except for a few more floaty islands, so... Alright. Yeah, I think the colour of these leaves look better. Maybe I can add some bushes onto some of these, just to make them look a little bit more different. Let's see, let's get the peridotite stone. It's here somewhere. There we go. Right, so we add in the peridotite stone. And then we're just going to add some bushes here. We're going to change the colour of these to... Is it this colour? I think it's that colour. That's the colour I've been using for the bushes. Yeah, it is. And then I can do the same to the rest of these. Right. So, I have a couple of bushes there. In fact, you know what? I thought of something too. We can even add in the odd Bald Cypress tree as well. So let's add that block back in again and go 5 blocks tall. We'll change the colour of it to that colour there. There we go. We've got a not a Bald Cypress tree, a Mediterranean cypress tree. It's a special tree. You don't really see many of them out there in the wild, but yeah, let's do it to this one as well. A bit random. There we go. Mediterranean cypress tree there as well. We could even add the odd one to some of these tiles, but I think that's it. The grass biome deck is 99.9% done, so I think it's safe to lay this deck aside for now and start moving on to the desert biome deck. What is it? Oh my goodness, look! Oh, I've got a deer pit here. What the heck? How did you guys get in here? Did you spawn in here and then get stuck? Let's check the other temporal defense tower. Is there any in there? There's a chicken in this one. You gotta love it. But yes, I think it's safe to leave this deck alone for now. We'll leave all the pieces there. Let me put this tile over here with these floating islands here, because I've got to make 4 more floating islands. If you check the last episode, I'm just going to use the same process, right, to make these 4. And if I take a fly over here, you new guys, because we went over here and there's a bunch of floating... Oh, look, see? Mediterranean cypress tree. Right here. Yeah, over here there's some floating land. So I've got to do... Oh my goodness. Sorry about this sandstorm. Wow. That's the worst time for the sandstorm to come. I literally can't see. I can't see where I'm going now. Am I even going the right way? Oh. Okay, wow, that was just insane. But you get the idea. Where's the castle gone? Yeah, I was going the wrong way. It's over here. Ah, dear. So, I will leave it here. And then in the next episode, we'll start doing some work on the Desert Biome Deck. And that'll make way for other biomes, like the Granite Biome. So that'll be fantastic. So stay tuned for more chiseling, guys, alright? So I hope you have a good rest of the day. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.